Hey, we're going to be looking at this 2011 Genesis Sedan with 4.6. It has 125,000 miles on the stock brake pads. So we're going to be changing those out and changing the rotors as well. And we're going to see how it looks. So if we're taking a look at the parts that we got, I ordered original Hyundai parts from someplace online, I don't know. They came in a very heavy box. These rotors are about $108 a piece for the fronts. I have not decided to do the rears at this time, but we'll see how they look. They are ridiculously large rotors, and they actually look really nice. Like, they look like $100 rotors. And then over here we've got rear pads, and then we've got the front pads and the clips that are used to hold them in place. They weren't too expensive. I think these were about 80 bucks, and the rears were probably 60 or 70. They're very strange looking pads though. If you can see, they've got a lot of like cutout in them, so I have never seen anything like that before. But whatever, they worked great for 120,000 miles, 125,000 miles, so we're gonna put it right back the way it was. I did put the parking brake on. You don't want any surprises. It's a really fun electric parking brake. See, there's a little opening right there. Yeah. Just gotta prise off. And that is with 125,000 miles on these. So they are not in, I mean, they're worn. You can tell they're worn. The rotors have I mean, you can feel there's a ridge on them, but it is certainly not the end of the world. So what I understand, the way these work is you have a pin on the top and bottom right here that has to get driven out, and then basically these pads just kind of pop right out the back. But since none of my local stores had the stuff I needed to rent the spreader that they have, I'm gonna have to try to use screwdrivers to push the four calipers back, or four pistons back in. So if you look real close there in the back, focus, there we go, you see there's some cotter pins that are holding those two pins in place. So we got to pull those out first, and then see how that goes. Well, that was easy. Excellent. Oh my gosh. Haha. Well, that worked pretty well. Beautiful. Alright, now I think the interesting part's going to start. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to go inside and turn this wheel so that it's a little easier for me to get access to. So you can see how far in these pistons are, because they've got all that wear on them. Let me see if I can get it a little better. Ooh, come on now. And a little focus. Yeah. So you can see this big gap here. That's where the pistons are. So, look at that, I can even turn it. So you can actually see the pistons in there. And those have to get squished back in before the new pads will fit. So, you gotta see what we can do here. I don't know how this is gonna work. Let's see. Look at that. It's working. That guy's in. Come on. Oh, it's working beautiful. So look at that. Now we got that big gap. And these should just slide right. My God, look at that. I'm sure it's a 10mm. Almost everything else is. One thing I've learned over many years of doing this is if you don't want to lose the bolt, put it right back where you got it. Alright, what do we think we got here? God, it feels like a 16. That's a weird size. I'll get a 17 too. Oh, it's a 17. See if we can get that off my hand. Oh yeah. No worries. Let me see something. Oh yeah, it's not too bad. I'm just gonna see if I can get your focus a little better. There we go. Other than the spark plugs, which I did last weekend, this is literally the first thing I've had to do to this car, other than change the oil. I have a, whoops, looks like I better get my bungee first. Alright, so we have every mechanic's best friend, some zip ties. I didn't see my other one's right handy. So, let's take this last one out of here. Why is it making weird noises? Oh, it's the washer. There it is. So there you can see in there, I got those pistons pushed in there pretty good. Oh, that's interesting. They're different size pistons. There's a larger one and a smaller one. Both sides. This is the first 4-piston caliper I've ever had to work on. Oh no! Come here. See if this little zip tie will hold this beast. It's actually not that heavy since it's aluminum, but nice. Okay, now we gotta look at getting this rotor off of here. It looks like we have 3 Phillips head bolts. So that's interesting. It's kind of a sign of quality. Hyundai's really gotten better. I mean, we've literally had no problems with this car, but you see this white on here, that's what's called a torque stripe, where once they put that fastener in, they put a little vert across it, then that lets you know if it's ever loosened up, because then the paint won't line up. So it's interesting. Let's see if we can get these off. Oops. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, there it is. Man, that's a hell of a thing. Let's see how we do with these others. Yeah, there it is. And we got one more. And all the torque stripes are in good shape. Yeah, that was actually a lot easier than I expected. I was thinking I was going to have to get my impact screwdriver out, at least to break them free. So, let's look at this. That's not too bad. I mean, I don't see any big gouges or anything. I mean, there's a fairly nice ridge here. I mean, you can feel it with your finger, but it's interesting. Maybe I'll throw my calipers on that and see how that compares to the new rotor. That spins nice. Alright, got the calipers out. I'm interested in doing some comparison here. So those are, I don't know if you can see that, basically 0.4 inches. And the new one is exactly the same. Nice. Well, that's a good sign. Alright, let's see what size this is. Now it's got a little lip on it, so it's kind of hard to get an exact reading, but looks like I got about 1.177, and on this guy we got 1.183. So that's only like, what is that, 7 thousandths difference? Man. I'd be real tempted to say that this doesn't even need replacing. Now, I'm not sure exactly what the allowable thickness is. I guess I have the manual online somewhere. Yeah, I don't see it. Sometimes it's written what the minimum allowable thickness is, but I don't see it. So anyway, all right, it's time to clean up and clean that off with lots and lots of brake cleaner and see about putting stuff back together. Alright, so unless you have fancy nickel coated rotors, they pretty much always come with a coating of grease on them to keep them from rusting before you even install them. So you really have to go at it with brake cleaner. You're probably supposed to wear gloves, but so you want to do a good job getting all of the actual friction surfaces. What's wrong, Carson? You can't. I think you got it. Ugh. These are really heavy. Well, you gotta be more careful. That's our neighbor boy. And I like to do it twice, just because you always get some on the rag the first time. That's nice. It's coming out nice and clean. And try not to touch it with your hands, because you probably got oil on your hands. Now I did just wash them, so my hands, that is. All right, let's go put this on. All right. Now, it looks like you have to pay attention to where the screw holes are. So, just to go like this, I think. Ouch. Beautiful. Alright. So you can get these started. As a sign of my lack of quality, I'm not going to torque strike these when I'm done. Okay, let's see if I'm putting some stank on them. I mean, technically, these don't even need to be there. My old car, you could just slide the rotors right off whenever you wanted to. So, look at that, very nice. Okay, so now we're just going to put the caliper back on. We're going to clip this. One started. See about getting those in there better. Snug it for now. Stank on those, and of course I'm gonna like totally use my torque wrench after I turn off the camera to make sure those are torqued. Yeah, that's nice. All right, let's get the pads. Now, what I don't know is how these work. Do I have a right and a left? Got. Does it say on it? It has an arrow. FF. Do they all have wear indicators on them? That's another question. Let's get the other two. Hi.
Can Anna play?
You can go check inside.
Okay.
I don't see any markings. They all have wear indicators. So it looks like they must just go in. There it is. All right. And these guys go back in. Come on, you bastard. There it is. And then, uh-oh, where'd I put my cotter pins? There they are. Jeez. Well, I gotta say, that was super easy. Those may be the easiest brake shoes or brake pads I've ever had to replace. Oh, look at that. Forgetting something. This one last guy. Oh boy. What have I done? You see now? I've got a full twist in the freaking caliper. Well, anything worth doing right is worth doing twice, right? So, you get to see this whole thing in high speed. See the 30-second brake job. Gimme. Unbelievable. I just wanted to show you guys, how to do this twice. Learning's all about repetition. So, just leave that right in there. Now, hey, look at that. Go. There it is. Click. Click. All right. Now let's try that again, eh? Ding. Click. Alright. Throw some pads back in here, eh? And some penny pins. Cotter pins. Oh, son of a bitch. You see, you guys aren't watching me. We forgot this guy. So we have a nice shiny new one. Boy, oh boy. So this does not. How the hell does this go? That doesn't look right. That is hitting. Oh wait, I know why. So we do one. That would have been a rattly, squeaky mess. Come on. There we go. So, put one up under here. Oh, that's nice. Come on. You can do it. There it is, yeah, boy. All right. Where's the hole? There it is. Click. And click. There we go. That's how it's supposed to be done. Now it's a matter of putting the tire back on and doing the others. Thanks for watching.